The FBI has released a new hate crimes report, which shows there's been a 6% increase in hate crimes across the country since last year. And you won't believe this, that makes it one of the worst years for hate crimes in more than a decade. The largest group targeted, Black people, with more than 2,700 incidents reported. BNC San Francisco.
Good afternoon, Lavernia. The FBI says there were more than 7,000 hate crime cases last year involving more than 10,000 victims. That's the most they've seen in the past 12 years. Now, the FBI is pledging to do more, but some civil rights groups say there's a bigger concern. They think these numbers are probably wrong, and there's a reason why. Last April, Carl Chan was walking through Oakland's Chinatown when he was attacked from behind, and his attacker yelled a racial slur.
My left knee was severely hurt, bleeding. Of course, the blow to the back of my head absolutely, still giving me a headache.
Why it happened, he doesn't know, but he says he can't give too many details since his trial is set to begin.
I think at that moment, everyone was thinking much about survival. And then I guess also figuring out what to do next.
What he did next was report it. According to a just-released FBI hate crime report, hate crimes targeting Asian Americans were up 70% since 2019, totaling 274 incidents. But the largest group to experience hate crimes were Black people, with more than 2,700 incidents. That's a 43% spike from last year, making them the most targeted racial group by a wide margin. There were more than 500 incidents against Latinos. The FBI says that more than 60% of victims were targeted because of their race or ethnicity, 20% due to their sexual orientation, mostly against gay men. The third largest group were attacked because of religion. The report says there were more than 10,500 victims. More than half of the crimes were for intimidation. 28% were assault, 18% were aggravated assault, and more than 50% were committed by white people.
It's important that the FBI is collecting and publishing this data, but at the same time, what's always frightening with the government published numbers is that many people in our community don't feel comfortable even calling on law enforcement. And
Zahra Billoo is the executive director of the civil rights group Council on American Islamic Relations. She says many groups are reluctant to report hate crimes. It could be because of immigration status, fear of retaliation, or because of the history of spying or racial profiling by law enforcement on those communities. As a result, she believes the hate crime numbers are likely much higher as such crimes become normalized.
We are absolutely concerned that, in general, our community has come to, unfortunately, accept that they will experience hate crimes. And so that's one reason they don't report that, is it's become normal. And so they underreport by default.
Some people don't even acknowledge the existence of hate crimes. They think that it's just a traditional crime.
Criminal justice. One of his concerns with the FBI report is just how widespread hate crimes are across the country and how difficult hate crimes can be to prove. It was only in 1990, with the passage of the Hate Crime Statistic Act, that the U.S. Justice Department was required to keep track of hate crimes. Professor Wood says there needs to be tougher laws on the books than just hate crime enhancements, which is often given out in many cases.
This idea of a sentence enhancement because of the super duper sentence, that's some prosecutors, some judges don't even acknowledge it.
I want to add the FBI was not available for an interview for this story, but they did tell me they're launching a national campaign to encourage more people to report hate crimes here in the Bay Area. That program starts in a few weeks. Reporting live, Ansar Hassan, BNC.